What is the function of the Republican Party and the individual members who are in the House and the Senate where it concerns justice and honesty and truthfulness? What is the function of the Republican Party other than to suck up to and do anything they can to muddy the waters where it concerns Donald Trump and this investigation that if there is a God, this rotten bastard will be removed from office through impeachment? Now, if that happens, I will change my attitude about about a divine presence. I feel pretty safe in saying that. That's what I'm going to talk about tonight. I watched quite a bit of the testimony today of McGuire, the Director of National Intelligence, and I understand the restrictions that have been scattered throughout the executive branch of government in order to keep private certain communications between the President of the United States and the leaders of other countries, or between the President of the United States and anyone else he wants to talk to about policy or whether it's foreign policy or domestic policy. And I think the framers, although that's not in the Constitution, executive privilege, nowhere in the Constitution, but I think the framers knew that the executive branch of government, in order to reach the presidency and the top of the executive branch of government, would require a person of honor, don't laugh, dignity, I know you're holding it in, honesty, okay, go ahead, a contempt for lying, that one just breaks you up, doesn't it? And somebody who could be trusted with the reins of government. They had no idea that a goddamn gangster, a mafia don like this monster in the White House would ever get the reins of power. Ironically, and I have to laugh every time I think about this, ironically, the Electoral College was an afterthought that the framers came up with to keep the riffraff from becoming the chief executive. The riffraff in their minds would have been, someone who wasn't a property owner. God forbid, maybe a woman. Or, maybe a person of color. They had no idea, they couldn't have, that the Electoral College would become the vehicle through which this snake son of a bitch monster in the White House would slither into the Oval Office, which he did. But the stuff I've heard today, and Nunes, Devin Nunes, what a waste of DNA this guy is. What a total waste. I cannot believe that the people in his poverty-stricken district in California would send this empty-headed son of a bitch to Washington. What have you done, Devin, for your constituents, you scumbag? What have you done? They're all back in your district, in the valley, fucking, oops, I said it, didn't I? Excuse me. Starving to death, or worried about their jobs, or their health care, or the fact that you're taking away their food stamps. That's what they're doing, Devin. But what a waste this guy is. I mean, sometimes it's entertaining to watch nutcases like, what's his name? The guy from Ohio always has his coat off like he's real busy, his white shirt. You know, the one who facilitated the coaches or the physicians or whoever it was molesting male students at Ohio State. You know who I'm talking about. Him. Sometimes he's entertaining to watch because at least he knows how to put together a sentence, even though the sentence is nothing more than one of his diatribes. But Devin Nunes? Oh my God. Anyway, these members of Congress should submit their questions to the committee attorneys and let the attorney, the prosecuting attorney, ask the question. That keeps the egos of the members of Congress, and they all have it. Democrat, Republicans are insane with their egos. Democrats are just dumbasses with theirs. I have seen so many questions asked by Democratic members of Congress that just made me want to hide under the desk. All this grandstanding and bullshit, turn it over to a committee attorney, a prosecuting attorney who knows how to cut through the bullshit of a witness, who knows how to ask the question, who knows how to get an answer, or leave the witness in such an embarrassing situation that the next question the dumbass will answer. But the members of this committee, up to and including Mr. Schiff, don't know shit about asking questions. And Adam Schiff's little routine there in the opening statement where he paraphrased, I understand what he was saying. Oh, and by the way, if you don't answer me this time, Mr. President of Ukraine, I will be asking the same thing 7 more times. You don't do that. We don't live in an era when parody or sarcasm or that sort of an approach is going to work. Because what happens? Even irony. Irony is dead. What happens after Adam Schiff said that? Immediately, that little prick Nunes or one of the little cretins on the Republican side immediately pick up on it. Immediately pick up on it and use it to bash Adam Schiff across the kneecaps, which he deserved. Ask the questions, Adam. Don't get cute. Leave that to the late night talk show hosts. But they never will. The members of Congress, especially in a hearing like they had today, and especially with the witness they had today, and especially given the nature of what they're trying to do today, that just begs for grandstanding. On the Republican side, they're grandstanding for an audience of one, the monster, the bloated pig in the White House. On the Democratic side, they're grandstanding for the folks back home. Stop, Democrats. Get to the goddamn question. The closest comparison to that, where I had what I thought was a pretty solid belief just washed down the commode, was when I realized that the Republican Party, no matter what this rotten bastard Trump does, the Republican Party is okay with it. The Republican Party is okay with the idea that a president of the United States twice has asked for, and we know at least once has gotten, help from a foreign country to screw up our electoral system so that he would win. And the Republicans are doing nothing. Kathy has a theory, and the theory that she tells me frequently is that so many Republicans are also on the pad. The money that comes from the NRA, that comes from the Russians, that comes from the oligarchs, that is directed by Putin. Putin has a lifelong goal to see the United States collapse of its own weight with no nuclear weapons, no invading forces, just to watch the United States collapse from internal rot. And that's what's happening with the Republican Party, with every single member of the Congress who is a Republican. The cabinet members, not one of these, I don't know what to call them. They're not patriots. They're liars because they took an oath. They're doing nothing to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. And while this monster in the White House continues to do the shit that he's doing and escalating every time it seems even worse, and up until Pelosi made her announcement yesterday, nobody was doing anything to show this rotten son of a bitch that there are rules, there are borders, there are boundaries, there's a constitution, there's certain things you may not do, even if your name is Trump. And so he just kept doing whatever the hell he felt like doing. And every single Republican, every one of these rat bastards, are just sitting there on their hands. These white male Christian punks. And a few female Christian punks in there like Joni Ernst, who screamed about impeaching Obama for some made-up shit 5 years ago. But now that there's a real case, where are you, Joni? You phony. Not one Republican. And don't tell me about Mitt Romney. Screw Mitt Romney. Well, it's concerning what's in the whistleblower report. Really, Mitt? Oh, go put your dog back on your roof and go for a ride or something. Get out of my face. The Post again. The whistleblower complaint at the heart of the burgeoning controversy over Trump's call to the Ukrainian president claims not only, the complaint claims, not only that Trump misused his office for personal gain and endangered national security, but that unidentified White House officials tried to hide it. That's why the whistleblower went whistleblower-y. He didn't see just Trump, but the sycophants around Trump, the little shitheads like this filthy Christian imposter Mike Pence and Pompeo. Oh my God. And Trump's corrupted, filthy family. In forceful language, the unidentified whistleblower alleged that the commander-in-chief pushed his foreign counterpart, Zelensky, to investigate former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter Biden, and that senior White House officials then tried to lock down records related to the matter. Oh, I wonder if they had another computer, another hidden server where they kept this shit. Why, I think they did. What am I hearing? Hillary Clinton. She used a private server. A Hillary Clinton private server for a personal. Where are the Republicans now? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.